right, this is Tom Taylor. We're back at Good Guys Columbus for Marauders Journal, and we couldn't leave without checking out what Bobby Alloway has going on at Columbus this year. So there you are. Say hi,
Tom.
Bobby.
Hi. How y'all doing?
Marauders Journal. Okay, so it looks like a 40 Deluxe Coupe, 44 Deluxe Coupe, but is it?
It's a reproduction 40 Deluxe Coupe. The only thing on the car that's not reproduction is the hood.
Really?
It's a body, fenders, grill, everything except the hood.
Let me walk around this deal, and it's
even the engine. It's got a Boss 429 John Causey motor in it. So.
Okay, so that's even reproduction. Yeah. But it's all steel.
Every bit of it's steel. Yes,
Yeah.
it is, yeah.
And it looks like the real deal.
Well, basically it is. You know, it's a dead-on copy of a 44. It's just isn't rusty.
Just isn't rusty, right? But other problems.
A few. It's a reproduction piece. So.
Here, let's go over here and we'll. So, yeah, for all intents and purposes, it looks like a stock. You took a stock car and made a hot rod.
Basically, the only thing we did to it, we added a little bit to the bottom of the doors to close the gap up between the rockers. We took 1.5 inches out of the front of the hood and pie cut the hood to get the sort of the beak off of a Deluxe, and it give it a little bit more streamlined look. Basically, That's all we did to the car.
Wow, very cool. And what's going on with the chassis?
It's got, from the firewall back, it's an original set of rails, but it's got an Art Morrison front clip under it. Just like a bikini clip, we put some of that under some of the 50s cars, but this one is, we had him to make this one to get the correct track width where I could lower the car and get it down where I thought it needed to go anyways. We did our typical, Leclerc wheel made me that wheel. We wanted a wheel that would go with this theme of cars, so he's made that wheel now that's available. And it's got Thunderbird seats in it. Of course, I'm sort of hung up on bird seats. Armrest is off of a mid-60s Ford. I sort of like to use stuff off of something a little later era than the car is, just sort of like we would if we were trying to customize one back in the day.
Okay, all right.
Not a whole lot of billet on the car except the wheels. And then they don't look billet.
No. They look like the old cast ETs.
That's what they're after. And you helped me on that years ago.
Yeah. And so John Causey got the tooling years ago for these Boss 429s, and then he's gone through them, and they're spectacular.
Fabulous motor, fabulous. Got a ton of horsepower and just as meek as they can be. It's a very, very friendly engine to drive.
And it's not fuel injected. It's not electronic fuel.
No, it's carbureted.
It's all
still
carbureted.
old school, so I still have fax machines.
Yeah. You do fuel injected cars?
A few, but I'm like I say, I'm dumb as a box of rocks, so I can't work on the fuel injection, but I can a carburetor. So I like a carburetor sound. You know, there's nothing any better than a big cam with a couple carburetors.
Now, I've interviewed guys who are a little younger than us, let's say, and they've never touched a carburetor before, so they're scared to death of them. They'll do fuel injection all day long.
I've got a painter in the shop that's never shot lacquer, and it's and I'd still be shooting lacquer if we could get it. I'd sort of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, tell us about the paint on this, because this looks blacker than black.
Well, this is PPG. It's 9700, and it's the trick to it is the 2002 clear. It's not a real high build clear. It's more type of production clear. And we'll put 7-8 coats on it, which you shouldn't, but we sand 6 or 7 of them off.
Of the clear?
Yes, of the clear. Yes.
And
it's got 3 coats of base on it, and then it's got the 2002 clear on it.
And that, after you start loading on past 3 or 4 coats, it doesn't start doing the gassing?
No, because it's a it's not a high build clear, and that's the trick. So we can put multiple coats on it, and it doesn't like a lot of them will have the solvent pop problems.
Yes.
We don't have it with this, and we can load it up. And like I say, that's not what you're really probably supposed to do in the paint industry, but to get one flat and slick like this, because we start out with 600 paper and work our way all the way down to 3,000. And if you don't start out with 6, you can't get it flat. Simple as that.
Okay, all right. And so let me ask this. If you see like a side cast that's a little brown in a black car, what happened? What's the problem?
It's a little brown.
Yeah.
But all blacks are not black, Paul.
Yeah.
There's brown blacks, there's blue blacks,
black,
there's
yep.
black blacks.
Yeah.
This is the blackest black that I've found right here.
Okay, but I've still seen side casts that get a little brown.
It could be the clear. It could be. It's probably not the base. A lot of it could be the clear. The more UV you have in clear, the less clear it is, the more yellow it is. So some of the cheaper clears that we're using, like the 2002, has not got as much UV protection in it, and I think it's a little clearer. We've tried using a straight single stage versus base coat clear, and I did a Camaro for myself, and I couldn't tell that it was any blacker than this clear was.
Really?
Than this paint, the base coat clear.
Okay.
But I'm not a paint expert either. That's the reason PPG is so friendly for us to use. It doesn't print, it doesn't do this, it doesn't do that when we put multiple coats on it. It's a wonderful product to use.
And are you the one that actually shoots it?
A lot of the black, yes, I shoot it, and then I've got a painter too that shoots too. We can swap out. I'm still using a siphon gun, so there you go.
Really?
Yes.
Do you think you'd ever go to water base?
No, I don't think so. I mean, well, if you've got water base, you still got urethane clear to go on top of it.
Yes.
So, I mean, I think the water base on the metallics, it flows better, but in Tennessee, we don't have the restrictions that a lot of other around the country has, so we can still use solvent-based type stuff.
All right, off the paint for a second. So what transmission does this have?
It's got a trim at 5-speed.
So it's got a trim 5-speed and then a 9-inch rear?
9-inch rear, yes.
Okay.
Wheelwood brake.
Okay.
Morrison front clip, as I said. Kazi motor. Steve Holcomb interior. Just a black leather interior. Just simple.
Very cool. How long were you guys building?
This car, it probably took 3 years to build it, but we work on them constantly, but I don't put everybody on the cars.
Right. How many cars you got in the shop right now, you think?
A dozen probably.
Wow. In Louisville, Tennessee. Very cool. All right. What are we missing?
We're not missing pretty weather because we've got it here.
Boy, the
aren't we?
weather has been unbelievably nice. Unbelievable.
Somebody paid the preacher here because it
Boy.
has been hot.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, we couldn't go without seeing something from Bobby, and so this is his latest. This, and also, I don't know how Waters Journal people feel about looking at a 65 Mustang, but
It's still a hot rod. A hot rod's a hot rod.
yeah, I mean, this thing is beautiful. And I'll tell you what, just tell us a little bit about this is a Boss 302 engine.
Yeah, it's a 65 fastback. It was a 6-cylinder car. It's got Detroit speed suspension under it. That's a Robert Yates engine. It came out of one of the Trans Am cars that they raced, and it's a shy of 900 horsepower, carbureted motor. Absolutely a wonderful engine.
Wow. Look at that.
And the color is it's a new Porsche red that can come on some. The owner has some Porsches and he liked the red. It's carmine red. It's a beautiful red. It's not an orange red. It's not a blue red. It's a red. So.
Yeah, boy. Yeah. I mean, it almost. Again, I was looking at a color yesterday on a truck over there, and it almost looks like it's got some metallic or something in it because it looks like the light travels through it.
But it is a straight color.
Yeah. No, I can tell, but that's wild. Very cool. All right. Well, you guys got to let Rodder's Journal know if you want to see more stuff like this or early stuff or what. But yeah, I think that's very cool. And I'll just fill you in a little bit. The fastbacks, for every one fastback Ford made, they made 10 coupes.
Isn't that something?
Isn't that something?
And you know, I can't understand why the coupes never did take off, because the coupes are a cool car too.
Yes,
and
sir.
they are coming back now because everybody's bought up the fastbacks.
Yeah. Or they're getting too expensive.
Well, the coupes are getting pretty expensive now, like the fastback.
Wow. Well, it was a popular car then. It's a popular car now. It's always been popular, and yeah, very cool. All right, Bobby, we'll let you go. Thank you. Okay, so that's a little bit of what's happening here at Bobby's booth. So we'll be back in a little bit. This is Good Guys PPG Nationals on Saturday, and go to roddersjournal.com, go to radiancecollection.com, and we'll be back.